This movie was a pretty decent prequel. Um, I'm usually not the biggest fan of prequels. I don't hate them. I'll watch them because I like watching all the movies for movies that are in series. But prequels are, they're before the events of a previous movie, like the first one, the second one, the third one, or how many that particular series has. So if it's characters that are in later movies, if they're going to die or not, because they're not just going to die in this movie. Now, as we know, Orphan dies in the first movie, and this is a prequel, so she's going to survive. She's going to win. Not to mention, this family was already mentioned in the other movie like several times, so we already knew how some of them were going to die too. But I don't remember them mentioning a son. I guess I just forgot about that. When I looked it up online, all the kills for both the movies, they say there's two of them that died, two sons. So why is Gunnar the only son in this movie? Maybe it's just a mistake. Now, let's talk about the actual movie. So the movie starts off with Esner. We find out her name isn't Esner. Her name's Lena. And she's in a mental institute like it was talked about in the previous movie. She seduces a guard, which kind of creepy because she looks like a child. I won't call him pedophile, but because she's like 31 in this movie, but that's still very, very weird. She kills him, takes his keys. Here's this other inmate that helps her out by no joke. She gives her candy to do whatever she wants. Oh, you want candy? Well, go slit that guard's throat and she'll do it for a piece of candy. Just a piece of candy. She must really like candy. So she escapes and she follows one of the doctors that we've seen a few minutes of home that quits, and she kills her. Eventually, a police officer finds her and thinks she's a child because she looks like a child. And she lies and says that her parents were in America, and also lies about her name, saying her name is Esner. So she reunites with this family she's never met before, so she makes a few mistakes along the way, which raises a few red flags. But it doesn't matter in the end because there's a huge plot twist. The mom knew it wasn't Esner the whole time, because her son killed Esner. They don't explain how, but they got in a little fight and he accidentally killed her. So her mom didn't want her only living child to go to jail, so she helped cover it up. So when Esner came back, when she was missing, she knew it wasn't her. The dad was not in on it though. He was so excited to have his daughter back. We also do get a line though from Gunnar in a racist scene that, he's being racist in it, but it also makes it seem like maybe he killed Esner on purpose. Because when he's trying to threaten the fake Esner, Lena, he says, "I'll kill you just like I killed Esner." So I have a feeling it wasn't an accident. He just told his mom it was. And then, of course, both the parents die in a fire. Not really. They fall off the roof. And then she drags them back into the fire. And she barely manages to escape from the fire, like it was talked about in the first movie. And that's really it. For, most of the movies, though, when she kills someone, she always has someone help her. Like, not an actual kill, but to hide the body. Like when she killed... Because there's only a few kills in the first movie. She kills the person that gets suspicious of her, and she has her sister drag the body away. I don't remember the other ones. I think one of them was her, so. But yeah, she usually had to have someone help, so I don't understand how she drug both the mom and dad by herself in the house. And how exactly would Gunner's death be considered an accident? Because not only did she shoot him with an arrow, she stabbed him with his own fencing weapon so many times that there definitely didn't look like fire burns, even if his body was, like severely burnt. Because it is pretty on fire when this stuff when the ambulance and stuff gets there, firefighters, whatever. But I still don't think he would have been burnt that much. It would be pretty hard to burn broken bones. And, you know, I think they could have done it better. Like, she just gives him, like, sleeping pills or something, and then lights the place on fire. I will say that the sequence, the fighting, everything was amazing. It just doesn't work logically. It was a really good ending. I liked how it did things. I just don't understand how it works because of the way the first movie framed it. Like, it seemed like an accident. It placed the lid on fire, they died. So I assumed that orphan set the place on fire while they were sleeping or something. But no. It's like this big crazy sequence of events of her trying to fight these people 2-on-1. A son with a bow and arrow, and well, he doesn't have a bow and arrow. He has one, but she has it. And a mom. And the dad eventually gets home. I don't remember exactly what he was doing. I think he had a meeting at an art gallery or something. And he heard that Esner got picked up by the police. But yeah, it's a pretty decent prequel. Though it was obvious she was going to win. There have been some criticisms about this movie because this movie came out quite a bit after. It came out 12 years after. 12 years after the first movie. So she's gonna look kinda older, obviously. But I think it can be pretty easily explained away by she's just not as good as hiding the fact that she's older. So she's not as good with the makeup. I think that's pretty obvious. But yeah, that's about it.